Hello. I'm executive motivational speaker Anthony Giarrusso. And today, I'm going to be talking about a theoretical possibility for the future of evil. Now, remember, this is just a theory, and this can be completely stopped before it gets completely out of hand. And we can stop it now. So then, if we do stop it, which I think is actually very moderate, a challenge, but not too much of a challenge. And when my theory doesn't come true, this will prove that we were able to either stop it or temporarily slow the process of this from happening. Great! And I had to do that for your informed consent in case if ignorant skeptics try to slander this video or slander this theory because they are too unintelligent to understand that we have already stopped the process before my theory would take place. Clear? Great. My theory is evil people will try to develop human hybrid cannibalistic giants to defame the flesh of humans created by God. It is an anti-God agenda. I'm also going to cover what needs to be done to make sure that this theoretical outcome does not happen. Hello. I am Catholic, adopted, pro-life, and I'm an advocate for religious freedom here in the United States of America. My current strongest ally is the Republican Party. I was born and adopted at birth. I am convinced that adoption is important for many modern families. I am pro-life, and I believe that the right thing to do is advance our technologies directly into human cloning for new life and new lives to be adopted. When you clone a 100% human genome, you are not manipulating DNA. You are not gene splicing or putting foreign material into a cloned body. This means this does not go against God's wishes. God just implied not to create monsters with DNA splicing or through DNA manipulation like the low-life degenerate fallen angels once did. This is why, if I became president, governor, or supreme leader, I would make and enforce laws to protect the human genome against being spliced or DNA manipulated. No mixing of the DNA will be allowed. The splice or manipulation or mixing of foreign materials which induced makes monsters and lesser humans, which are all liberally Antichrist. My ruling will explicitly state that changes to human DNA above 0% will not be allowed for creation, and all clones must be of exact origin of the human in which the clone is created. After the clone is created, it can be immediately adopted. The Christians, the Islamists, and the Hebrews, and the other pro-life religions need to assemble under the Republican Party to defend against the Antichrist Satanists and their ultimate evil plan. And just remember, this is a theory. Remember, everything so far that I've said to you is just a theory. And everything in the rest of this video is a theory. And I just wanted to bring that up in case if you forgot. Great! What is the ultimate evil plan of the Satanists? Well, I'm going to tell you. First, the Antichrist Satanists will bully and force into submission in the believing of adoption is bad. Adopted people like myself are worthless, and continue with the lie that the human fetus is not a living biological organism by supporting abortion. True Christians, Islamists, and Hebrews know I, Anthony Giarrusso, am in fact a great adopted and pro-life person. I remember when I was growing up through school, I went to public school, in elementary, middle school, and high school. There were evil, low-life, degenerate scumbags who discriminated against me because I was adopted and they were not. And this is a part of the satanic plan, the next step of the future of evil. The Antichrist Satanists will manipulate the Democrat Party using Democrat propaganda of lies in an attempt to normalize blocking adoption and ingraining the ideology of being pro-choice to kill and abort offspring is okay. True Christians, Islamists, and Hebrews know that the fetus growing inside a womb did not decide for itself to be born, and that the fetus is an innocent life that deserves to keep living. So you might be thinking, oh my goodness, Anthony, step 2's already happened and it's happening now. Well, I'm glad you're catching on. Third, the Antichrist Satanists will create smart tattoos and chip implant technologies. The tattoos can be used to order devices to do whatever the individual desires, and the chips can be used for magnetic purposes and allow an individual's privacy to be decreased and the tracking of an individual to be increased, all for the cost of an individual's freedom. Stores will sell this technology and have it readily available for the obsolete public by the Antichrist Satanists, who will attempt to control by marketing these anti-freedom slave technologies as cool and trendy. Oh, and by the way, the chips and the tattoos that I'm talking about, they already exist. So you might be wondering now, wow, this is an incredible theory. So far, everything is based off of fact. What about these cannibalistic giants? Well, remember, the plan of ultimate evil has multiple steps. And as a quick recap, we've already gone over the evil people in this world are going to slander people like me who are adopted, try to block adoption, and be pro-abortion, which is the killing of living biological fetal tissue, and ending a life of a person who could do such great things. The second part of the evil plan was to take control of the Democrat Party and use the Democrat propaganda of lies to attempt to normalize to hating people who are adopted, to normalize abortion, in promoting the pro-choice ideologies, so then these Antichrist Satanists can control and manipulate how people think. And then the third part was the smart tattoos and the chips. And I've seen a lot of this in the modern body modification field, where they will have tattoos that can sync with your smartphone. They have chips that can open and unlock your door, like your home door, and even your garage door, and all different little things with the chips and these smart tattoos, which actually make it more of a convenience for the individual, but they lose their humanity because now they don't have to unlock a door with a key. You know, you start to lose little things incrementally to where you become obsolete and can't do anything for yourself. You have to use technology. That's the big danger. All right, so part 4 of my theory of the evil future created by evil low-life degenerate scum. The Antichrist Satanists will create clones of their own with the smart tattoos and the chip technologies already pre-embedded in those clones to incrementally change the public's view so they become more accepting of clones with these more merge with machine type like technologies, with the end result of the obsolete public accepting these antichrist technologies. I can guarantee you this is the modern globalist plan to not just take down the United States of America, but to take down all 168 countries. And there's a possibility that this might not happen in America. I never said that it would happen here. Because it could happen in any country. It could happen in Mexico. It could happen in Canada. It could happen somewhere in Africa or somewhere in Asia. Somewhere on one of the Oceania islands. Okay, Australia, who knows? This could happen anywhere. And the fastest way to stop all of this is to get the information out on why it's not okay to allow abortion and allow blocking adoption of humans, because it leads into so much more worse off stuff later. So where and when do the cannibalistic giants come in? Okay, so far they've created giants with the smart tattoos and the implant chip technologies. Part 5 of their evil plan, the Antichrist Satanists will break the law. Now remember the law that I would have created if I was president or governor or supreme leader, that the manipulation of the DNA or the mixing of foreign materials or splicing was against the law that I would have created if I was in a position of political power, right? Because once you divert the human genome into other things, then that is what becomes Antichrist or anti-God. And these Antichrist Satanists will use aborted material from humans, aborted human baby fetus material will be used by these Antichrist Satanists, and also aborted baby animal fetus tissue. And this should really anger animal lovers and animal activists across the world. These Antichrist Satanists will use the aborted human fetus tissue and the aborted animal fetus tissue of these young babies being grown inside the wombs, and these Antichrist, anti-God human beings will genetically manipulate these clone giants, turn them into hybrids, just like what the Antichrist, anti-God fallen angels did in the Bible. And I want my viewers to know, even if we are able to stop this here in the United States of America, that doesn't mean we're going to stop it in the other 167 countries of the world. So keep that in mind. The ultimate achievement of these anti-Christ, anti-God, evil people, the Antichrist Satanists, will complete the anti-God hybrid giants by manipulating their DNA, the giants' DNA, for having a taste for human flesh, to cannibalize us, the smaller, weaker humans. The skin of these giants will be so thick that anti-armor projectile rounds will not be able to penetrate through the armor of these giants. The .50 caliber will have no effect. The flexibility and musculature will be increased along with bone density to make the giant perform and dominate any human capability. The chip and tattoo technologies will be implemented into these anti-God, hybrid, cannibalistic giants, which will allow them to access unmanned tanks and aerial drones completely fitted with the most advanced and capable machine weapons available at the time. So a lot more advanced than what we already have today. This will put all of the humans and the pro-life, unmanipulated DNA and unspliced, unspoiled human clones into an extreme fear to force them to submit and worship Satan. It is all over for humanity and the pro-life, unspoiled, unmanipulated human clones. Until God uses the power of love and compassion to beat the devil's army of machines and beasts, to revive a much-needed rebellion against evil. A scenario like this can be a real evil future. Human and hybrid entities already exist in the cloning world. Chips and tattoos are already able to access all of these different machine devices and do things that will decrease the skill sets of normal living human beings to make them more obsolete than they already are. And a lot of them are already compatible with cell phones. Democrats have been pushing the abortion issue for decades. And remember, my birth mother put me up for adoption instead of killing me. I'm very proud to be adopted. And if you're adopted or know somebody who is adopted, they should be very proud of being a living life form on this planet and be proud of their adoption. And I know some people that are adopted and they feel ashamed that they are adopted, and they really shouldn't be, because you could be dead, which is worse. I'm 25 now in this video. In this wonderful year of 2019, Donald Trump is president. I'm very happy about that. I'm very excited about Mike Pence being at the pro-life speeches, giving out those amazing pro-life statements. I greatly appreciate it. I really do. Because I'm alive! And I wasn't aborted. And I could have been. Thank you, Mike Pence. You deserve that. And for years on years, more than a decade, okay, I've been discriminated by people in school for being adopted, and their parents. That's right, I've been discriminated by their parents. How dare these low-life degenerate scum tell me as a child that my parents don't love me, that they got rid of me because they didn't want me. That's not true. In fact, I know my birth mother. Right, and I call her up every once in a while. I love to talk with her. It's a lot of fun. My birth mother doesn't even know who my real father is. That's just kind of how it is. But my birth mother loves me very much. And my adoptive family loves me very much. That's how I know that these evil people in my life, these skeptics, these ridiculers, their weaknesses are their arrogance and their ignorance. And this is what I tell people to the paranormal community as well. You have to go out and share your story with people. Don't fear the skeptics and the ridiculers because they are stupid. Okay? Arrogance and ignorance are their weaknesses. And you can stand up to that just like I have. Speak out against the adoption blocking. Speak out against abortion. Speak out against censorship of the paranormal community. Speak out against the censorship and deplatforming of conservatives and Republicans and truly good pro-Christ people, pro-God people. Because it's not just the Christians that are being censored. Islamicists are being censored. Hebrews are being censored. Buddhists are being censored. Hindus are being censored. Native Americans are being censored. Native Australians are being censored. We can't have this going on. That's a true evil. We have to end this censorship. Spreading the word, the information. Let people know about executive motivational speaker Anthony Giarrusso. Let people know about Yellow Polo Giarrusso. Let people know that speaking out against the Democrat anti-adoption bombshell narratives are how you defend. You defend with information. The Satanists and the other evil people from creating events by weaponizing the cloning technology to create human hybrid giants to specifically eat human people and their flesh, all just to defame God. That's their end game. That's why they're scum. We don't want them to kill lots of people. We don't want them to kill lots of animals. Just share and get more outspoken to defend. I made that video, Get More Outspoken, to help teach all of you, all of my viewers, to get more outspoken. Let people know, share information. So if you have not seen my Get Outspoken video, your mission now is to go find it and watch it now. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.